say
top Billin.
All right, Hokies, back at it again, trying to assemble this staff for my man, Coach Brent Pry, trying to put it out there in the ether so hopefully it could get to him. But obviously he doesn't need our help. This man is at the pinnacle of his career and is the new head coach of the Virginia Tech Hokies right here in the Commonwealth of Virginia. So with that being said, we know exactly where this was going to go as far as getting a coach who wants to reestablish those pipelines in the great Commonwealth and in the greater DMV area, period. And my man Brent Pry is definitely that. And he can bring along a guy who will be absolutely perfect from Penn State, obviously the king of the DMV programs, right? Even though it's not in the DMV, it is still the king of the DMV. Penn State recruits the DMV better than anyone in the country. And they do that by constantly getting guys with pipelines and inroads into the state of Virginia. And this guy right here, Anthony Poindexter, anybody who's my age should know about Anthony Poindexter. He was absolutely fun to watch when he was a WAHOO over there in Charlottesville doing this thing over there. I used to watch that, man. He was on the team with the Barber twins and all those guys like that. They had a very fun team. Obviously was not rooting for those guys to win against Virginia Tech or anything like that. But just as a fan of football and as a player watching guys at the safety position, this guy was as good as it got. He was such a hard hitter, man. They would drop him in the box. He's definitely one of the better players that played at Virginia. And that man, in one season at Penn State under Coach Brent Pry, coached safeties, which is a position that's near and dear to Brent Pry's heart, obviously, as well as the linebacker position. But I was thinking, man, him able to bring Anthony Poindexter over with him. Of course, we see here my man from Lynchburg, Virginia. He can walk into any spot up in Virginia, and coaches these days should know who the hell he is. He should have that type of cachet. He will be absolutely perfect. You would have to bring him on as a legitimate defensive coordinator. But as far as I'm concerned, anybody at this stage of Brent Pry's career will just be a figurehead for the defense. He's going to be running his own defense. Anthony Poindexter knows his defense. He was in it for this past season there at their previous stops at Purdue and UConn and places like that. But I would hate it for my man Justin Hamilton, but it is what it is on that front. Anthony Poindexter is a legend in the Commonwealth and would do great things. Let's check some of this stuff out right here. Poindexter, co-defensive coordinator, safeties coach. Obviously, if you're getting someone, you put that co-defensive coordinator tag on them most of the time just to be able to offer them a little bit more money, give them a different title than what they had at their previous stop. So him coming from, I want to say Purdue, probably was just the safeties coach. So you give him a co-defensive coordinator title while he's still really just the safeties coach. That's just a way to get around stuff. But we see here, man, anybody remember Quinn Blanding back in the day from the 757? Yes, sir. That man pulled that man up out of there to them WAHOOs. And, of course, right there, he's a number 6 overall player there. His career didn't quite go the way you thought it may go, but that was a great get for those guys there in at Virginia. And if you see right here, man, this rap sheet looks like how you would want it to look like. Virginia, Maryland. There's Jennings from Maryland. Manassas, Virginia. Damascus, Maryland. Hyattsville, Maryland. Got some Texas and New York in there. Back to Hyattsville, Maryland. Baltimore, Maryland, right? Arlington, Virginia. The District. Olney, Maryland, Alexandria, Virginia, getting cats out of Fort Union in Virginia, of course, Clifton, Virginia. Come on now. This is what you want right here. This guy is familiar. Bluefield, Virginia, right? Bluefield, shout outs to Bluefield. Your boy may be coming soon. Damascus, Maryland, Baltimore, back to Baltimore. So if you see what I'm saying right here, man, this dude already knows the landscape right there. There's a reason why he's in Penn State. James Franklin loves recruiting the DMV from his time in Maryland. He knows about the players here in the Commonwealth as well as in Maryland and, of course, at the District. Come on, man. This guy is not absolutely perfect. If not him, of course, I'm still banking on Torian Gray. Obviously, Coach Brent Pry would know Torian Gray from his time as a graduate assistant at Virginia Tech. So Torian Gray, Anthony Poindexter, to me, 6 in one hand, half a dozen on the other. I mentioned Poindexter just because he knows this scheme, but it doesn't mean that Torian Gray wouldn't be able to learn the scheme right away and be able to do what he does. We know Torian Gray is the absolute truth as far as the guys that he recruited to Virginia Tech and developed. Anthony Poindexter, I think, is on that level as well. So one of those guys needs a coordinator promotion, a sole coordinator promotion, and Virginia Tech is able to offer those type of guys like that. Even reaching back to a Lorenzo Ward, somebody like that, man. We need those type of guys right there at the defensive coordinator position. You already got a monster defensive coordinator as a head coach now. You keep stacking these type of guys together, those recruiting classes could be like it used to be back in the day where it was 20, top 20. Sometimes you sneak into the top 15 or something like that. We always know that Hokies never recruited at a top 5 level or anything like that. So I don't expect anything like that. I'm realistic. However, as a developmental program, they got big-time results and was able to identify guys that a lot of people may overlook and develop those guys, and those guys end up becoming superstars. So you let me know what you think about Anthony Poindexter. Is it sacrilegious? I don't give a damn about anything like that, man. I want my team to win, and I want my team to be able to recruit and be able to coach. Anthony Poindexter provides that. I don't give a damn if he played at Virginia. And neither should you. Did anybody care that Coach Saban was whooping Alabama's ass when he was at LSU winning a national championship? Not at all. Alabama fans, though, long forgotten about that. So Anthony Poindexter, as a former Virginia Cavalier, is all good with me if he comes and throws on that maroon and orange. Get those boys from the 757 or Southwest Virginia to the district. Up north, it's all good, man. Just go ahead and help Coach Brent Pry. But let me know what you think about that, Hokie, all right? It's your boy Murph, the Underground King, top Billin Sports, and I am out. Peace.
What more can I say?
Top Billin.